Hello, hello, hello. Today I was called to do a short communication around the energy management and the experiences that we're going through and how to take advantage of this time because we are all being called to carry forth our best. And it doesn't always look the way we think it should look or how it would ideally feel. So the energy is moving through me right now, so I'm just going to allow that to integrate so this transmission can come through clearly. Breathing is so important right now. So a lot of when I talk and teach and share these communications, I get these metaphors. And one of the metaphors that came through this morning was around cell phones. So what's happening right now for us on a human level is this new energy is coming through and we are all getting upgraded. And the metaphor is like a cell phone. I mean, it is pretty freaking crazy to me that I am literally holding a cell phone and communicating to people all over the world. And when I first got my cell phone, however many years ago I was carrying like around this big, huge bag. And it had an antenna that flipped up and it plugged into my cigarette lighter. And now we're walking around with these cell phones that could connect to anyone all over the world, even through video. So just think about the advancement and technology that's happened in your lifetime and understand that our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, our spiritual bodies are also requiring those upgrades. And so there's a few things that are happening, and it's happening for different people, different ways, and at different points in time. So right now, I feel a very big shift happening and a large one coming, and it's going to continue to happen. But so for right now, how can we best manage it? Or maybe I should start off by saying, how is it showing up for people? Because some people may be having things happen that don't even realize what the hell is happening. So on a physical level, exhaustion. The other day I was exhausted. I just had to lay down. I took a bath and I was just totally I had to do massive amounts of self-care, and that meant actually not reaching out to some people that may have needed support in my friends and what they're going through. And I really just needed to take care of myself. What they say is like, fill your glass first before you, or put the oxygen mask on before you, help another. And so when your body is telling you to slow down or take naps or rest, please, please, please do that, because it's like, just like when our phones are getting an upgrade or our laptops are getting an upgrade or a new app or a program is coming in, we have to shut it down, right? So that's the same thing with our bodies. And so people, so physically, any kind of exhaustion. I mean, I've had friends where their spirit has needed them to slow down so much that they actually have had physical injuries or needed surgeries to keep them slowed down. So just start to listen to your body. Emotional. So emotions, I don't know, anybody out there feeling emotional lately? Emotions is energy in motion. That's it. It's that simple. And what we do as humans is we attach a story to it, or we name it something. We name it like this thing, and it's fine because it does help us to understand and help us move through. But if we get too stuck on the story or naming what it is, we create this stagnation. So if you're starting to feel emotional, allow it to happen. Allow yourself to be angry. Allow yourself to be overwhelmed. Allow yourself to be sad and cry. What the challenge comes on a physical level is when we're trying to stuff those things down. It's think of it as like the old program moving out. So emotions, let them flow. on a cellular level. The other day, I felt my entire body was buzzing. And it was after I had had a very vulnerable conversation with a friend that were touching on some deep wounds within me and deep wounds within her. And we came to the conversation with the intention and agreement that it was for healing, and we were both going to speak, from our hearts and be very present for one another, whatever was happening. And so after that happened, and those are freaking hard conversations, and we are all being given those opportunities to have these hard conversations. And so I'd encourage you to take advantage of that time, however hard and scary it is, because we are all here at this time bringing in a new world, and we need each other to do it. And so after that conversation, I had my entire body was buzzing. And I checked in with her a couple hours later, and she had a similar experience. And it felt beyond us. It felt like it just sent waves of this healing out into the world. So just know that whatever you are doing, it is having a contribution to the greater, because we're all connected. Let me see, cellular, body buzzing. Okay, spiritual. So I mentioned about relationships. They are the catalyst to the evolution and growth, not only on a individual level, but like on a greater level of all of us, the evolution of this world. And so I've been personally presented with opportunities to have experiences reflected back to me. And some of the stuff has been really hard to take a look at. I've been challenged with places where I need to own my power more. I've been challenged with owning what I believe to be true, even though it may not be the popular belief system. And so while it may look like on the outside that someone is being, just jerk, if we can start to take and shift our perspective around, okay, what is this person trying to bring out within me? Like, what am I being called to really own within myself? Am I being, called to own my belief system? Am I being called to own my power? Am I being called to love myself more? So those are some things around, how it may be showing up in the physical, cellular, emotional, spiritual bodies and realms. And just know that everybody is going through this on some level or another, and we need to not take it personal. And it's so friggin' hard to not take it personal when people are coming at you. But no, it's for our own growth. So so a couple of things that happen. So these things are happening, and we have choices. We always, 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 always have a choice. And so if you think about how I started this conversation was about, we're receiving new programs like our phones or our computers. So we need to, slow down a little bit. So we can resist it. We can say, I don't want this program, that, no, pushing people away, just having an uncomfortable conversation and just wanting to walk away or shut the person out. We can resist it, but something else is going to come around to help us integrate that program. So just see where we can, just see if there may be any ways that you're resisting. We can receive the new program and program it with our old belief systems and our old ways of being, or, just say F the new program. Doing it this way is so much more comfortable, because like I said, the best of us is being called forth right now. Your soul, your team, the universe is fully supporting all of us to live this, the full life of what we are meant to be living. So as this stuff comes up, as we're being presented with information, are we going to, take what we've been doing, or are we going to allow this openness and a new way of being in life? And so essentially that leads me to the third point, which is surrender. Surrender is really the easiest thing, because when we're resisting, life gets so much harder, and then we'll start to see it in other areas of our life. So yeah, we may be resisting this conversation with someone, but we're going to start to see like other ways, just throughout the world, people that we interact with, or, we're trying to manifest things in our life and it's just not happening. So it's like when we're resisting in one area, we're resisting in all areas. So the key to, as this new energy is coming in, is to surrender. And breathe and breathe. So what do we do as this is all happening on a human level? So like I said, rest, listen to your body, take naps, drop any kind of obligations that aren't necessary. The other day, like, as much as I wanted to go to my hoop class, I was exhausted. Last night I was a little tired too, but I got myself to my Zumba class and I felt like a new person. So listen, you may need to move your body. So if you think about it, it's like, as we're releasing this energy, it makes space for this new program to come in, and sometimes it needs help integrating. So moving our body will help integrate it. Water, lots of water. It just helps. Water is just like this easy way to help naturally cleanse our body, and emotions are energy in us. The water will help move it through. Breathe, just breathe. If anything, if you just take anything from this video, remember to breathe. And then greet everything that comes up with love. So for my friend who ended up having to have surgery, actually this was last year. Yeah, that was really, really, really challenging for her to accept the fact that she was going to be on her back for many, many months. So anything that is coming up, we just have to greet and just know that in some way, the universe, our team, our soul, it has our back. There's going to be, we're going to experience relationships just changing like that and leaving our lives. We have to just surrender to that. So our physical body, our emotional body, let that energy flow. Surrender, just love what comes up. So I know I feel like I'm hopping all over the place now. I want to make sure I'm dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. So when I said earlier about allowing the emotions to flow and its energy in motion, like, greet those parts that come up with love. So if part of you is angry, allow yourself to be angry. Love that part of you that's angry. It's about what we do with it. So if we get angry and then we start like, cussing someone out, or having angry, just angry thoughts that we're like shooting out at other people, that's like not very productive. And just keep in mind that, if I'm shooting out angry thoughts, and this one's shooting out angry thoughts, and another one's shooting out angry thoughts, that actually creates a bubble of energy. So this is how we are all connected, and how it's having an impact on everyone. So, we need to take responsibility for ourselves. So if the anger comes up, just love. I love the part of me that feels angry right now. And I will tell you, it dissipates. It is not a way of spiritually bypassing. It is actually embracing it, because so much of what we've been taught to do is these feelings come up and we're supposed to push them away, and, oh, I shouldn't be angry, or, oh, angry's not good, or whatever. No, we just have to allow it to flow. So whether it's screaming or punching pillows, or, dancing really crazily, or, going for a really massive, strong, powerful hike in the woods, do that. Just be very, very conscious of what you're doing with that energy. So if you're feeling anything that comes up, the sadness, greet the sadness just like you would a child who was in pain. Love it. Love that part of yourself, because we are going to create massive shifts. So these parts of us that are coming up, they are making space for the greater parts of us that are wanting to come in and be expressed in this world. And lastly, I was on the porch the other day and just, sitting with the energy, and I just received this message about there are going to be swift, fast changes that are happening, and nothing is good or bad. So if a relationship ends, it doesn't mean it was bad, it's bad, or that it's good. It's just, it is. So any kind of swift change, I've an acquaintance on Facebook, traveling across the country. someone came and took his car, so like that is something fast and that changes your path. And now you've got to think, okay, how am I going to get around? How am I going to get to my next destination? We just have to, if we change our perspective to like, oh, this is bad and, the world is against me, to, no, something actually is as asking me to open up. So it's really just about changing perspective. So does anybody have any questions before I'm going to read through these comments super, super fast. Thank you guys for joining me. Kira, yes, I know you are. I'm watching you experience all this. Peggy, take your naps. Just take your naps. Here's the thing with naps and when we're sleeping is that it actually helps drop any resistance we have because, even as a business owner, there are times where I'm like, I need to get stuff done. But if I'm exhausted, it's like it's not going to get done. So if I go and I rest, it allows the energy to integrate so much quicker, and I come out of it feeling amazing and with a ton of energy that I can do so much more. So napping and sleeping actually helps this energy integrate so much easier. So take your naps. Oh, thank you, Kira. Yes. Exhaustion. Yes. So don't force your things. Don't force things that our minds. We are moving out of the state of doing and being productive and to a state of beingness. It's just so much more about our energetic contribution to the world than what kind of thing we do or how we are productive. Down at I like I just exist. Yes. We're in a space of being, and we're being called to allow the most magnificent parts of ourselves to be an expression. Let me see. What else do I have? Angela. My vibration, couldn't sleep for 2 days. Yesterday I was exhausted and slept through the night. Awesome. Yeah. So, yeah. And what, as this energy comes through, we may have massive amounts of energy and we want to do something with it. So we may move. I mean, there were days where I think I rode my bike for 7 miles. I hooped for a while. I took like a 2-hour walk. It was insane. And then there were nights where I didn't sleep at all. And then like yesterday I took naps. So it's so much about listening to your body. This is our car. This is our vehicle. This is like how, we move about the world. So it's going to give us, clues. Eric. Yes. Openness and vulnerability. Oh my gosh. The spaces that we are being called to go deeper inside of our hearts can feel really, really scary. And just know that if you're being presented with the opportunity, you're in the exact right space. So I highly, highly recommend finding the courage or seeking support or asking for support to help you move through with what's being presented. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you, Michelle. Good morning, Vicky. Thank you, Jason. So thanks, guys, for listening. And again, anything that's happening is not good or bad. It just is. And it's guiding all of us to our magnificence and to live the best life that we want to. So let it flow, rest, listen to your body, be courageous and brave, and there's nothing that you can't handle, absolutely nothing that you can't handle that you're being presented, because that's just how the life works. So I love all of you that are on this journey, and I really, really appreciate everyone that's on my path, including all of my friends here in social media. And we totally got this. So whatever's coming, breathe. You've got this. I love you.